Is my hair too frizzy? Frizzy it will be. Eating really well, drinking lots of water, and being active makes your inner beauty and your skin glow. So everyone's like, oh, your skin's so nice. Like, what's your secret? I'm like, I have no skin routine, which is kind of embarrassing. Oh, see? This is what happens. Not skilled at makeup. Okay, let's go solve this issue. I want to tell you guys a story about a gorilla and a monkey and what that has to do with nutrition coaching. Well, welcome back. My name is Jennifer Broxterman. I'm a registered dietitian, and my love language is teaching stuff in funny and silly stories and metaphors. So this idea actually came from a book that was a business book of all places around designing your life. And essentially, it was about the difference between a BDO and a BTO, which we're going to define in a second. So monkeys and gorillas. I want to introduce a former client of mine, and we'll call her Janice. Janice was someone I was working with who hired me as her nutrition coach as she had this lofty goal of running her first ever half marathon. So she was trying to do all the right things. She bought an online program that was gonna, slowly taper her volume up over 12 weeks that required her to stick to a 4 times a week running schedule. And then I was gonna help her with the nutrition side of the equation, getting ready for her race. Well, Janice got in her own way before she even started. Because in her mind, if she couldn't follow the plan perfectly, then she didn't want to do it at all. For Janice's sake, I introduced this concept from this business book called the BTO, aka our gorilla, versus the BDO, aka our monkey. So what is the BTO? That stands for the best theoretical option. Essentially, if an option doesn't exist in reality, then it's not even a real choice. It's not even a real option. So that is what the BTO represents for so many of us, right? It's all the things we should be doing with our fitness, our nutrition, being better parents in our workplaces and our jobs, and all the tasks that we start that we should do a better job at. I mean, if you run through a laundry list in your head, there's probably a ton of BTOs that are nagging you that you didn't even realize were these best theoretical options. So instead, what I presented to Janice is the monkey version of this. The BDO stands for the best doable option. This is the most realistic solution you're able to do in that particular moment in time. Think of it like a nimble monkey, an agile monkey that's maybe not perfect, but it's definitely getting the job done imperfectly. So in Janice's case, that meant letting go. She couldn't follow the plan 4 times a week as prescribed, and she had designated childcare once a week where she could go out for her long run between 1 to 2 hours. Perfect, you check that long run off your training volume list. But her other 3 runs of the week were mismatches of sometimes walking with the kids in the stroller, sometimes running with one of her kids in the running stroller. It might have been, taking them out for a walk where she wore something like a weighted backpack or vest. And she had to just embrace that imperfect training was part of her best doable option. So I love this framework of asking people to really look at the pressure they're putting on themselves when it comes to a behavior that they're expecting, labeling that as either the BTO or is that their realistic BDO. And if it's not, then basically we come up with what their BDO option might be. So I'm going to share a couple of mine and out myself. I should meditate more. I know it would be really good for my focus, anxiety, mental health. I go in and out of waves where I kind of stick with it, but most of the time I don't. But one of the tools I use with a lot of my nutrition clients is something called box breathing. And if you've never tried box breathing before, it's amazing. It's as simple as a 4-sided box where you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. And I usually just do 4 breaths that are in that box pattern, and I honestly feel like it's an instant vacation. Calms my vagus nerve down, my heart rate decreases. I just feel really calm and relaxed. I feel amazing. So that is my best doable option to the pressure of meditating, for example. It might mean that I should stretch more frequently, do it in the evenings, but I don't, if I'm being honest with my real patterns. So my best doable option is to do the cool down exercises that my gym programs post-workout on the days of the week I end up going to one of the classes at the gym I train at. It might mean, I don't know, nutritionally, if I once in a while order pizza for dinner, the best theoretical option would have been not ordering the pizza, making a homemade dinner from scratch, following the balanced plate. But in reality, the best doable option in that moment is maybe add some extra veggies to the pizza, or get the garden salad that you can order with the takeout option, or maybe just rummage around in the fridge and pulling out those baby carrots from the crisper drawer just to add some form of vegetables to that particular meal. What's awesome when you start to just embrace the BDO, the best doable option, is it takes all that pressure off. You get into action, the momentum starts to build, your inner bully isn't nagging at you anymore because you know you're still doing something, which is better than nothing, towards your goals. I hope you found the BDO and that agile monkey a really helpful metaphor. If you've been crushed by some 800-pound gorilla, some best theoretical option that just makes you feel bad because you're not able to implement it. For those that want to maybe go a little deeper into nutrition coaching, we have a super accessible program where I get to be your coach for 6 weeks. It is a virtual nutrition coaching program called Powerful Progress. I will link that down below or somewhere floating up here on the screen. And go ahead and check that out if you want to have a pretty budget-friendly way to just have a little coach in your back pocket for 6 weeks, guiding you through healthy nutrition and mindset choices. So think of it like that little boot camp or that reboot in your self-care. Thanks so much for hanging out. For more videos like this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and I'm registered dietitian Jen Broxterman. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.